folks, and welcome back to part 3 of our introductory video series on core data. In the last video, you'll remember we set up our model, and our model is made up of a simple person entity which contains a first and last name. Nice and simple. So now we're ready to start writing some code. Now, what I'm going to do here is go over to the table view. Now, the key here to understand is we're not going to think about the model as a database. Instead, we're going to think of it like a document. So in order for me to save and retrieve entities, I first need a document associated to my database. So just like in Excel, you would get Excel, you then need a file, which is a workbook, to save and retrieve your data. In core data, that's called your managed context. So before you can save or retrieve anything from the database, you need to set up something called your managed context. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get that managed context set up. So I'm going to say var managed object context is equal to. This is going to be a little bit weird. We have to somehow get the context from the app delegate. And right down here is where we have the managed context. We have to get over to here via our table view. And the way we do that is kind of interesting. We start by saying UI application. From the UI application, I'm then going to go where? Shared. Then the delegate. This is something you just have to remember how to do. And then we're going to say typecast that to an app delegate. Now, I need to put another dot at the end here, but I don't want the dot to be associated to this. I want the dot to be associated to this entire thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put brackets. So now I have the app delegate. So that means I now have access to everything in this class. The thing that I want to get access to is what we call the persistent container, and you'll see it's right here. So now I can get access to the persistent container because this is my app delegate. I now have the persistent container. The persistent container contains something called the view context. The view context is just another name for the managed object context. So, let's just recap here to be clear. Before we can save and retrieve data, we need a managed object. Actually, let me fix my word managed here. I'm having spelling issues today. So, we have a managed object context which now allows us to store and retrieve data in core data. That's a fundamental step. So, we're now ready to start saving some data into the database, and we'll take a look at that in the next video. See you then. Bye-bye.